Well, you claimed that boxer Gervonta Davis threatened to kill you.
Yeah, he told me he's gonna turn me into cast, but I didn't really know what that meant. First of all, Gervonta Davis is my favorite boxer. I think that just was a misunderstanding. Cause I got this homeboy named Ant Glizzy. Somebody ended up stealing my chain from another person. Like another person had my chain and it ended up in Taliban hands. And when it ended up in Taliban hands, he was going live. I guess Gervonta Davis cool with Ant Glizzy because I used to hang with Shy back in the day and he pulled up on Gervonta Davis. And Gervonta Davis was like an amateur boxer at the time. He was with Chino. All right, this is where I really think the friction came from. Gervonta Davis, the little bow, because I ain't know who he was. He's just a little light-skinned guy. So I gave him the bow like, ho, bruh. Then I asked Shy, like, what's up with bruh? He like, nah, that's my man, something. Then they started telling me who he was. Then we was cool. Him and Chino was talking. Then we walked through the club and went through the club. But I still think he feels some type of way. He remember that elbow I put on his chest and I stopped him like, nah, bro, you ain't getting a bow. Hold on, Shy, you want to talk to him? Like, then Shy like, yeah, that's my man.
Glizzy recently addressed rumors about boxer Gervonta Tank Davis threatening his life, clarifying that the situation was simply a misunderstanding rather than a legitimate threat. In related developments, Floyd Schofield and his father have publicly revealed their submission of a formal petition to the World Boxing Association, requesting approval for Floyd to challenge Gervonta Tank Davis for his World Championship title.
I seen a tweet from y'all. It said, you in line to fight Gervonta Davis next?
Yeah, pretty much.
Real fast, I want to say what's up because I got some work to do. Yeah, here in line. I put the petition in with the WBA. Everything else got the lawyers involved, so now they're about to sanction it. And right now, they're in talks. To put this fight on in July. But I'll leave y'all two to it. But that's what's happening now. It's really going to be official, the Tank versus Kid fight.
Schofield Sr. revealed that legal representatives are currently engaged in negotiations and expects the bout to receive approval shortly, with plans targeting a July fight date. Floyd Schofield Sr. is pressuring the WBA to implement its mandatory regulations, requiring Davis to defend his lightweight championship against his son Floyd Schofield Jr., who currently holds the top contender position. He maintains that Davis should forfeit the title if he chooses to move up to 140 pounds for a bout against Pitbull Cruz, insisting that Davis shouldn't monopolize the division. Schofield Sr. argues that if Davis refuses to face his son, he must vacate the championship, enabling other fighters to compete for the vacant title, emphasizing that he's operating in his professional capacity as manager to secure fighting opportunities.
For all the reasons previously discussed at length with Mr. Schofield, March 24, 2026 correspondence, it is formally and respectfully requested that the WBA strictly enforce the rules and regulations. Either one, order the mandatory defense of Mr. Davis' title against Floyd Schofield, his official #1 contender, to take place, or two, immediately strip Tank Davis if he move up to fight Cruz at 140. And that's the law. He can't go up to 140 and have a fight and keep it held hostage. That's what I'm saying. Be fair to my son. If he don't want to fight him, let the belt go. So people could boost up whatever they want. I'm really over here being a manager and a businessman and doing what I got to do to make opportunities for my son.
Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson has expressed significant interest in facing Gervonta Davis. He acknowledges Tank's marketability and considers their potential matchup would be massive for boxing. Stevenson is calling for both camps to engage in serious negotiations to deliver this fight for the fans. He believes that if these two never compete against each other, it will permanently damage both of their boxing legacies. Stevenson maintains that the only method to determine the superior fighter is for one to suffer defeat when everything is on the line. His message is clear: stop the talking and begin serious negotiations.
50 million times. I done say, yes, you are the big superstar. You are that, bro. Respect to you for that, bro. I'm cool with that. Come on. Let's just fight. Let's negotiate. Me and this could even get on the phone and negotiate. I'll be cool with it. I'm not tripping. It's boxing. Yeah. Entertainment business. We gonna go in there, put on a show for the fans, and show the world who's the best. That's the whole point of this entire conversation. Me and him need to show the world who's the best. Don't have a question mark for, oh, I'm gonna go retire and it don't happen. And that's gonna be a question mark. That's gonna be left on our legacy. So to fix both our legacies, somebody has to lose.
Additionally, Stevenson contends that capturing championships across multiple weight divisions already distinguishes him from Gervonta Davis. He considers his professional accomplishments alone should conclude any discussion about who has accomplished more in boxing. Stevenson dismisses such comparisons because he believes his proven track record speaks more convincingly than any external opinions. He remains certain that his career trajectory has already provided answers to every question regarding his position in boxing. According to Shakur, the logic is straightforward, his achievements tell the complete narrative, and no amount of discussion can alter that reality.
I've been 3 different divisions. Won 1, 2, 3, 4, and had the Ring Magazine belt. So I done way more than him. Like, if we talk about accomplishments, I don't want to hear what has I done for the sport of boxing. What have you done?
However, the conversation takes a different direction when Gervonta Davis challenges whether Shakur Stevenson has genuinely made his mark at boxing's elite level. He characterizes Shakur's approach as relying on mobility rather than knockout power or precise counterattacking. Davis contends that Stevenson typically retreats when under pressure and hasn't demonstrated his abilities against genuinely dangerous opponents. From his perspective, circling the ring and avoiding confrontations doesn't establish dominance. It demonstrates a lack of testing against elite competition.
Nah, for sure. Do you think that's gonna be your hardest fight?
Hell no.
Nah?
Wow.
Cause he a good boxer, nigga. Like, that's one way I look at y'all two as the best in the division.
How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
All
His
right.
power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
Oh, you think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around, move around. He don't got no technique. And his offense is the same thing.
If it's going to look at his face, I'm going to be in a more game by the time I watch it. Yeah, I'm going to be in a better place.
I feel like it's easy work though. You like,
Come on, bro.
Moreover, Tank Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford, emphasized that Shakur Stevenson's decision to remain at 135 pounds isn't solely his determination to make. Although Shakur's preferences are important, managers and promotional companies have their own business interests and objectives. The ultimate choice depends on whether all parties involved, particularly those controlling the finances, recognize genuine value. Ford indicated that even when Shakur desires a specific bout, it must make financial sense for the decision makers. Ultimately, boxing's commercial aspects often influence decisions as much as the competitive elements.
Do you believe that we get to see that one in the near future?
It's just based on Shakur, to tell you the truth, because he got to understand we are the managers, promoters, that's their brand. And they can't make a decision even if they want to make a decision, you know what I'm saying? So again, it have to make sense to the people that's in charge, you know? Then when you get with the people that's in charge of the money situation, it gotta make sense for everybody winning.
Calvin Ford also defended Shakur Stevenson's boxing approach, which critics have recently characterized as defensive or unexciting. Ford maintains that Shakur won't alter his fundamental style simply to please audiences or quiet critics. He described Stevenson as a genuine boxing master and emphasized that if problems arise during competition, Ford believes Shakur's methodology is strategic rather than reckless, and he won't allow public opinion to influence his fighter's core identity.
Shakur's had his critics recently from his most recent performance, his upcoming fight. What have you made of those critics and those who maybe aren't a fan of his style?
Well, Shakur said he's gonna be Shakur. He said if it's gonna be boring, it's gonna be boring. And it's in his mind. Again, that's one of the things that doesn't put him on that level. You know what I'm saying? But that's Shakur. Shakur gonna stick to what he do. You know, I call Shakur a master boxer. You know what I'm saying? That's just what he is, you know? If things don't go the way he wanted to go, it's because of him.
For his potential bout, Gervonta Davis has already developed his strategy to defeat Shakur Stevenson. He intends to counter Shakur's defensive tactics, close the distance, and completely disrupt his fighting rhythm. Davis wants to transform the contest into an exhausting war, wearing him down progressively and ultimately seizing complete dominance. He has analyzed how Stevenson responds under various circumstances and considers mental fortitude will determine the outcome. According to Davis, the fight transcends physical ability. It's about crushing Shakur's confidence before damaging his body.
If you could paint a picture of how this fight would look from beginning to end, what do you envision this fight looking like?
I want to take his best punch or whatever he do good, be able to take that and take it away from him, and be able to make sure that when I give him myself, make sure I'm doing everything correct, make sure all the way down to the T. Take him in that deep water and drown him.
Conversely, Shakur Stevenson considered a bout between himself and Gervonta Davis crucial, representing a clash between the division's elite fighters. He reasoned that since both boxers control their professional destinies and typical barriers involving television networks and promotional companies were eliminated, the only requirement was mutual agreement from both fighters.
Who worked with him, right? So since y'all work together, Tank, yeah. Since y'all work together, am I in the plans? Because I want the fight.
I'll tell you this. Tank has definitely said repeatedly, I want to fight Shakur.
So
I want to fight Shakur.
If that's the case, if I'm a free agent now, I'm doing whatever I want, I'm going here fighting these guys, am I in the plans? Like, is this 6-fight deal something that's real, or was that like...
No, he's definitely got a plan. And like, you know, there's a lot of fighters which are sort of in group. You sort of say, okay, here's the list of fighters that I'm planning on fighting. It might be 6 fighters, it might be 4, it might be 8. But when you lay out a plan like that, a deal like that, you know, it's sort of like, okay, sometimes it's like 8 fighters, even though it's 6 fights, because not everybody's available all the time. So Shakur is definitely in that plan.
Okay.
You know, and
I'm there, so it's gonna happen. If 2 fighters say, let's fight, I think the business of boxing shouldn't get in the way. Like, I think the fighters should be able to get in the ring with each other and fight each other. So that's how I feel. Like, just like even with this guy, my guy Stephen Espinoza, he works with Tank. If Tank said, yo, let's fight, and I said let's fight, it should be just let's fight, and we should make it happen. It shouldn't be nothing else surrounding that situation and not making the fight happen.
Shakur Stevenson stated clearly that Tank Davis's knockout victories over other opponents doesn't alter one fundamental truth. Shakur is confident he can defeat him. He also asserted that privately, Tank understands he cannot win. Stevenson's communication was straightforward: provide the contract and he will execute it. He challenged Davis to stop pretending to be someone else and simply agree to the fight. For Shakur, all the verbal exchanges are meaningless without a signed contract.
I mean, look at him. He framed pay-per-view knocking these dudes out. That don't take away the fact that I can beat this dude. It don't take away from the fact that this dude know he can't beat. Tell him to send the contract over, or we send the contract to him. However it go, tell him to fight me. That dude get to feeling himself and feeling like he's something that he's not in. And to the world, he look like a killer, but I can't wait. I'm gonna expose him. I promise you, I'm gonna expose him. I'll be the person that he going there, he not gonna knock out, he not gonna hurt. He gotta go 12 rounds with somebody and somebody gonna be beating him. He ain't gonna like that shit. That shit gonna mess with his heart. That shit gonna f his head, watch.
Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford both reject the notion that Shakur Stevenson can control the fight's tempo or systematically break down Gervonta Davis. They maintain that Davis won't be drawn into executing someone else's tactical approach. From their perspective, Tank competes according to his preferences, and Shakur's boxing style won't alter that reality. Regardless of Stevenson's skill level, they're convinced Davis will control the fight's direction throughout.
If you don't get touched, I'll never ever train fighters again.
I ain't seen him fight nobody that was a killer already.
And everybody he fought touched him. Everybody he fought touched him.
Let's really look at when you talk about them guys. Who did they fight was that next to killer? You get what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying. How do you hire Bob Arm too? Because he's not gonna let that shit happen.
I just don't pay attention to them. When they start fighting, first, of course you're gonna want to fight Tank. They know Tank is the best right now.
Tim Bradley considers Shakur Stevenson the premier pure boxer globally at this moment, ranking him above Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. He references Stevenson's world championships across 4 different weight categories and notes that statistically he absorbs the fewest punches in the sport. Bradley acknowledges Shakur isn't a 2-time undisputed champion like Usyk or Indu, but regarding defensive expertise, ring intelligence, and comprehensive mastery.
Stevenson stands at the top.
Ain't afraid of no damn Devin Haney, nor he's afraid of any, especially Ryan Garcia. Shakur Stevenson is the best fighter in the world. Yeah, I mean, he ain't got the accolades as a Usyk and undisputed, all that shit. No, he ain't got all of that. No. You know, in a way and all, in a way they did in the lower weight classes. No, he ain't done none of that. You know, but he is a 4th division world champion. He is. And he the best fighter in the world. Yeah. He gets touched the least. Out of any fighter in the world, he gets touched the least. He the best fighter in the world. Period.
Greg Hackett rejected the concept that any elite fighter would intentionally avoid a challenging style like Shakur Stevenson's. He maintained that premium matchups between the sport's best competitors are precisely what boxing requires, not only for entertainment value but for the sport's legitimacy. Simultaneously, Hackett recognized that fighters possess the authority to make their own professional choices, even when those decisions create uncertainty about the future. For him, the widening divide between fan expectations and fighter willingness remains a significant problem affecting the entire division.
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean, that's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the 2 style matchups, you know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny, you know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors, and all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally, you know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight?
Hackett also noted that external business pressures create genuine stress for fighters. They face constant expectations to remain active and continue competing. He suggested that Davis might be reaching a stage where his priorities are shifting, attempting to balance professional obligations with personal considerations. According to him, this aspect of the discussion is frequently overlooked but completely understandable.
And I don't mean the people that, you know, that you came up with. I'm talking about these people in business. You know what I'm saying? They always thinking of a new idea, something for you new to do, to try to keep you fresh and this and that, keep your name hot. You got to stay in the algorithms. You know, it's just a lot of pressure on fighters. And I feel like Tank being at, what is he, 30 years old? And you got kids. See, what people forget about is it come a time in a man's life where he just wants to slow down. You know what I'm saying? We can't all run around like we used to back in the day. I mean, that's tough to do. Sometimes you just want to sit down, enjoy your fruits, and I feel like that could be what he's going through. He want to just enjoy the fruits of his labor and enjoy life. And people don't want to hear that because they feel like you got more work to do.
Andre Ward has openly commended Shakur Stevenson's abilities and commitment to boxing. He described Shakur as a genuine student who continues developing and maintains his dedication. Ward also emphasized his training discipline, stating that this explains why Stevenson possesses such tremendous boxing potential.
You know, I think he had a lot of stuff he could have did, but he's so talented and gifted, man. You know, you also got to trust what he's seeing in there. You know, we on the outside, you know. But I think he put on a tremendous performance, and obviously, you know, the level he's at, you always look for things he could do better.
The rivalry between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson has intensified dramatically, with neither side willing to compromise. From Floyd Schofield's legal campaign for a championship opportunity to Shakur's continuous challenges and Davis's dismissive reactions, the lightweight division faces unprecedented turmoil. Fans demand resolution, analysts want action, and the fighters are exhausting their justifications. Until agreements are finalized and gloves are worn, everything remains speculation. However, one fact is undeniable. When these two finally enter the ring together, the entire boxing community will pause to witness. If this analysis was valuable, please like and subscribe. We'll continue providing updates on every development these fighters make going forward.